I am reacting to what I ate in Vancouver, BC, so let's get this video started. Alrighty, so for context, the original reason as to why I decided to go to Vancouver, BC was mainly because of a breaking jam. So as you may or may not know, I'm actually a b-boy or breakdancer, and that's sort of a hobby I have outside of YouTube. If you aren't aware, I used to make actual breakdance videos initially on this channel, but I found like the success of that wasn't nearly as good as my food review channels, so of course you have to pivot if you want essentially what's best for you. So with that being said, there was this huge 2v2 jam. I decided to go with my buddy, and I think the jam was between 2 to 7, or I started to actually go in 4 to 7. He went to 2 to 7. But anyways, so point being is in the morning half we had time to explore Vancouver, and even after the event we had time to eat as well. So that's obviously when I'm going to take the opportunity to try out new places, see new sights. Although for context, I've been to Vancouver a few times. Fun fact, I was born there in Burnaby as well. But yeah, I feel like I've been there enough times to see the vast majority of the major tourist attractions. Let's say, for example, Robson Square. I've been to North Van, Richmond, Burnaby, and I've been to all the museums and whatnot. Granville Island Market, I believe that's what it's called. Tried Lee's Donuts, done all that stuff, right? So this trip was just mainly breaking and a little bit of a bonus tourism type business thing. Enough yapping for me. Let's just get straight to the reaction videos, and I'll explain to you how everything came to be with each video that's in this video. So let's go.
I tried the Blends Coffee Ice Americano in Vancouver, BC, and here's what I thought of the drink. It's going to be located in the SFU campus. It's around $4 to $5. It was really good, so 7 out of 10. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe.
Automatically, there's a few things I notice about Vancouver. Is the mountains are extremely close to the general city, which is so odd, because for us Calgarians, if you want to go to see the mountains, you would probably have to drive over to Kananaskis, Canmore, Banff, and so on and so forth, and that's going to take you anywhere between 45 to 40 minutes, even an hour and a half, and so on and so forth in terms of distance. So like when you see the mountains from the city of Calgary, they're normally far. Here in Vancouver, or over there in Vancouver, I would say everything's way closer, and it's the most fascinating thing in the world. I totally get why rent's like $5K per month and so on and so forth. Everything's so Pacific Northwest looking. There's a lot more trees. The grass is way more greener. We're in the more prairie side of things, so whenever you're here in Calgary, grass tends to be really dry and yellow, and the air is kind of dry too. But versus in Vancouver, for example, because of the ocean currents and the water effect, air is a lot more moisturized, and it's quite nice, especially if you're like an eczema person like me. It's better to have moisture, so to speak. But point being is they have their own set of individual coffee shops. I think there's Blends, Waves, so on and so forth. So I decided to go to SFU campus because that's actually one of the places I've never been to yet. I thought it'd be really interesting to check out, because I did check out UBC on my last few trips to Vancouver, and I thought UBC was probably one of the most beautiful schools in all of North America, and definitely in Canada for sure. But SFU definitely surprised me in the most best way possible. I thought it was amazingly beautiful. The views of the mountains were spectacular. Besides the point, they had Blends coffee there, so I decided to try that. Coffee was pretty standard. I mean, it's kind of like a pick-me-up drink. Iced Canadiano, not Americano, because we're in the tariff business war thing. But that's another story. I'm not a political channel. But anyways, yeah, it was like an amazing experience for sure. Definitely visit Vancouver if you do have a chance, and try their coffee culture, because the coffee culture in Vancouver is pretty good. You might find a coffee shop that you haven't exactly encountered back wherever you're from in Canada, or wherever you are from in general. So yeah, it was great.
At the Tenten Kohaku Premium Tempura set in Vancouver, BC, and here's what I thought of the food. So it's going to be located in the Burnaby location, and this is in a food court. It was $20 to $22. It was really good, so 8 out of 10. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and peace out. See you later.
Like I mentioned before, I've been to Vancouver a few times. Maybe this is probably third or fourth or fifth time. Like I've been many times now. And point being is, every time I end up going to Vancouver, they have a very popular chain Japanese food. It's Tenden Kohaku. I highly recommend you guys check it out, because the food is worth it if you're visiting, and it's really good in my opinion. I think this time around it was in like a very new location, so I've never been to this area before. It was super fascinating. That's where the actual battle was, which I'll show you at the end of the video, so be on the lookout for that. Point being is, the area was called Brentwood. It was in Burnaby, British Columbia, which is like a subsidy of the downtown Vancouver metropolis area. Everything was super nice. This Brentwood area was connected to a Skies train station. The whole area had infrastructure that was really similar to the University District here in Calgary, but it was just way nicer and more expansive. There's Nike, Adidas, Rec Room, JJ Bean, independent restaurants, Japanese delicious restaurants, Starbucks, one of the most prettiest Starbucks I've ever seen. by the way. But yeah, like this area was absolutely amazing, and in there, kind of near the rec room, if you just go across the hall, it's this like unbelievable food court filled with so many of sort of the famous Vancouver foods. Obviously, you're gonna recognize some foods that are pretty standard to your normal Canadian food court. But on the caveat, there was like some really nice places like Tendon Kohaku, for example, because I thought I have to completely dine in. The last time I went to Tendon Kohaku was in Robson Square in downtown, sorry. And I knew there was a Burnaby location near Metrotown Mall. I actually saw it the morning of. I'll try to show you a picture here. But yeah, point being is I didn't think I was actually gonna have time to go because I was mainly there for breaking. But since it was in the food court, it was like a perfect opportunity for me to go check out the food. Thankfully, I did. It's basically around the same price as what I paid for it before. I remember it being in the $20 range, so I was kind of prepared to fork out that type of money. And realizing that you're in Vancouver, it's kind of what you expect. I personally thought it was worth it. It's really cool to have a tempura sets with rice, though I don't necessarily think you get that anywhere else in Canada. Yeah, for me it was worth it, and if you guys have a chance, definitely try out Tendon Kohaku because it's definitely worth it in my opinion.
Japadog, Wagyu Termi Mayo in Vancouver, BC, and here's what I thought of the food. So I got it in the Burnaby food court, and this was actually $14.69 plus tax, which is mad expensive, so I was expecting it to be pretty good. But honestly, it was pretty mid, so I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and peace.
I got something to say about this one though. Remember when I was talking about that food court in the Burnaby Brentwood area, that new development? Yeah, so good news is that Japadog was inside there, and I did like that part. But what I did not like at all was spending $14 plus tax for like that tiny piece of hot dog. I want to try it because I remember it being so good. I tried it at the Robson area the last time I was in Vancouver. There's even a vlog. You can even find it on my channel. It's just, you gotta dig. Basically, I remember it being only $4 to $5 per hot dog, maybe on the odd chance of $6 to $7. They completely raised their price by like 2 to 3x, which is completely insane. And you're basically getting the same sizes. I understand we're in this inflationary situation with tariffs and whatnot, but that was absolute robbery. I had the taste, and for me it tasted a lot worse versus before when I had it. So I literally just gave it a mid score of 7 out of 10. Like, it wasn't not good. If you're going to Japadog in Vancouver, I don't think it's worth it anymore. It doesn't have that same pizzazz as when I had it. For reference, I think I had it when it was, I think the year was 2022 or 2021. The point being is it was very disappointing, and I don't think it's worth it for anyone to spend $14 on a hot dog. Take in, you can get a hot dog from Costco for $1.50 and an IKEA, a small one, with kind of like all the different condiments for an equal amount of price. So what are you doing going to Japadog? Like, it's definitely not worth it. Would I recommend Japadog? Like, if you're going to Vancouver, no, you don't have to get it for sure. I'm so disappointed to say it because I was looking forward to Japadog if I had a chance to try it. It is what it is. It was not good that time, so.
I tried the TNT Supermarket California Roll Sushi in Vancouver, BC, and here's what I thought of the food. So it's going to cost you around $5 to $6. This was in Burnaby, Metrotown. 7.5 out of 10. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.
Fun fact about TNT, I think it originated from the metropolitan area of Vancouver, and I think it means Tiffany and something. But point being, I think the story behind it was people in downtown Chinatown were so tired of going to the butcher and then going to a grocery store separately and wanted like a huge supermarket for all Chinese foods and goods. So TNT was created because of that, and it's been a success here in Canada. It's even in the state of Washington and the States too as well. And so of course, for whatever reason, I wanted to try TNT again in Vancouver because that's kind of like the OG location of TNT in the first place. But the one thing I noticed is that I think inevitably seafood is really good either in Vancouver or like the Maritimes here in Canada. So when I was trying this sushi, it was actually really fresh and really good. And I feel like it does have a lot to do with the, sort of seafood just being so close by. So the quality that you receive for yourself for seafood type items like sushi, salmon, so on and so forth are going to be high quality, and it kind of stood the test of time. It was very true in a sense, and I was very glad about that. I know you're thinking like, why would you go to TNT if you're going to Vancouver? There's so many other delicious places that you can go to instead. Mainly it was because before battle, I don't want to eat too much food. I don't think that's a good idea if you're a breaker, because you want to feel sort of agile and light as possible. So no like blank carbs like bread and whatnot. I mean, rice is kind of on the edge of that, but it wasn't too much. But you kind of want to eat small, take it easy, because you're going to be moving your sort of body a lot, so you want to take it easy for that front. I definitely ate a lot afterwards. This is kind of an anomaly. I don't endorse kind of like bad eating habits of some sorts. Everyone to have balanced meals and just eating medium caloric amounts every day, because that's very important, and eating all the nutrients you need, because that's also important too as well. But point being anyway, this was in the Metrotown location. Metrotown was sort of close to the Brentwood area, so I thought it'd be an idea to kind of chill there before heading on over to the jam. That was like the main idea, but I got sushi. It was really good. And so point of note for all y'all, if you're in Vancouver, definitely try seafood, specifically salmon, because that's gonna be bus, maybe clam chowder. But yeah, just something to think about as well, essentially. So
I tried the A&W sauce and cheddar combo in Calgary, Alberta, and here's what I thought of the food. So it's gonna be $10. It was located in the YYC Calgary Airport. It was a 7 out of 10 for me. So leave a like, comment, and subscribe, please.
yeah, so that last part, I want to squeeze it in. I understand that's not necessarily Vancouver, BC, but it is in the airport going towards Vancouver. So I thought that kind of half counts. Whenever you take domestic flights out of YYC, you're gonna go into this one terminal. I feel like I'm always in it if you're not taking a WestJet flight, right? And so what they have there is some sort of like Manchawak or some sort of fast food Chinese place, Starbucks, A&W, pizza place, so on and so forth. I think there's a Subway too. I, for whatever reason, always goes to the A&W, and it feels like it's the best choice. It always ends up being so. Last time I got sweet potato fries going to Toronto. This time I got the breakfast combo. I would recommend just going to A&W if you want something very quick. There's a Tim Hortons down there and like Chili's in that part too, but I think A&W is the W choice in this situation. And yeah, that's the reason as to why I got it, and it gave us and kind of provided us with the fuel to be able to go to Vancouver, and it was definitely worth it for sure. A&W's W, so to speak. We'll just leave it at that. And actually, one thing I want to show you guys too as well is how I was saying I'm a breaker and a b-boy. I'm going to show you a clip of me dancing on that day for more context, just to sort of see like what I was doing in between the times of 2 to 7. So let's check that out right now. All right, so this is my Instagram channel, kind of private. I think I don't want to pursue it professionally, so to speak. I think my TikTok and YouTube are more of the public accounts, but I guess you'll have a sneak peek. It's basically just me battling and going to different battles. But if you haven't already, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I did forget to mention that, so I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of a reminder. But point being is, let's check out this video. I'm gonna have to keep the music down and mute it just because I don't want any copyright claims. So let's just open this now. Okay, good, we're not blocking. Yeah, so this was inside the rec room, by the way. Bit of a slip up, that's okay. Okay, yeah, so essentially that was pretty much it. So that's kind of what I was up to between the times of pretty much, let's say, 4 to 7. Yeah, I am a breaker and a b-boy. I mean, at one point I did videos on it, but it wasn't as successful as my food channel and whatnot. So I'll be able to continue this food route, and I find that it's more sustainable and fun. So I'll keep it at that. Cool. So I definitely had a fun day trip to Vancouver. Literally, I just flew in and then flew back to Calgary the same day. Kind of nuts for most people, but I just want to do it just because that's who I am and it's a lot cheaper. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know I mentioned it before, but please leave a like, comment, and subscribe to this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. So peace out.